guys, today we're back with a brand new video, back with a brand new reaction video. Today we're going to react to crazy things caught on security cameras and CCTV. So let's get straight into it, guys. Let's not hold back, let's get straight into it and let's do this. I haven't watched the video, my reaction will be genuine. This will be the first time you watch the video too. Let me know how you feel about the stuff you see down below in the comments and let's get on with it.
Security cameras are our eyes when we're not around. And sometimes, those eyes uncover some mighty bizarre happenings. Other times, they uncover unspeakable crimes and tragedies.
Let's do this.
Still other times, what we see makes so little sense that we view the footage and wind up with more questions than answers. Whatever the case may be, one thing's for certain, security cameras rarely turn up anything boring. Here now are the 10 strangest, weirdest, and downright bizarre occurrences caught on security cameras.
Let's see this, guys.
Car 1, thief 0.
Right, let's see this.
This video shows a would-be car thief not even beginning to learn his lesson and paying dearly for it. He tries to throw a brick at a car, but the glass must be super sturdy since the brick bounces right off.
Right.
Undeterred, the thief tries again, encountering the same result. Rather than take the hint and move on to another car, or perhaps give up crime altogether since it's clearly not for him, the thief chucks the brick at the car yet a third time. It ricochets off the car for yet a third time, this time knocking the man upside the head and sending him down for the count. To add justice to injury, the car's owner shows up shortly afterwards and has the now extremely concussed thief arrested. Plus, it turns out this man had been robbing other cars before meeting his match.
And
his arrest meant everything he stole got quickly returned. There aren't too many better examples of crime doesn't pay out there. Dogs 1, car 0.
Ooh, dogs this time.
Somebody in the Turkish province of Sakarya had a ridiculously expensive car repair bill to look forward to. All because of a bunch of feral dogs who decided, for one reason or another, to utterly demolish the vehicle right in front of them.
Cheekers.
A pack of 8 or 9 stray dogs descended on a car and quickly began biting it to shreds. And by that, I don't mean they just bit a few holes in the tires and scratched up the paint job. No, they decimated this car,
shit.
working together to remove the bumper entirely. Many of them then go pillaging inside the hood of the car, though the security footage doesn't show what they found in there, if anything. Nobody knows for sure what motivated the attack. Were the dogs starving and thought they smelled food in the car's engine? Was there a cat under the hood?
No, there was someone.
Did they see human thieves do the same thing and decided
to kick the dogs around? They must have came back.
Or was it, of all things, revenge?
Revenge, I
think. A Sakaryan veterinarian named Mustafa Yildiz speculated as much, suggesting that a similar car might have run over a member of the pack. If so, the dogs might have assumed this car was the culprit and that this car must pay. But even that's just a hypothesis. Only the pups know for sure, and they're not snitching because they're all very good dogs. The mysterious ghost train. This is one of the most mysterious bits of security footage out there.
What the fuck?
The video takes place at a seemingly empty train station, supposedly on March 10th, 2018. After a few seconds of nothing, a train pulls up.
Just lights, has to be lights, guys.
Kind of.
That can't be real.
It's clearly the outline of a train,
but
it's also completely faint and transparent, almost like a ghost. This so-called ghost train stops at the station, waits for passengers.
No, hell no, that's not real. People
and then departs.
I don't believe it.
So, what happened? Well, nobody knows. Some feel like it was a camera glitch. Others think it was faked with basic CGI.
Oh, it's fake?
But where is this train? We don't really know that either. The video claims it came from China, but several commentators insist, based on the PA speeches, that this was a Russian train station. It's not even that a ghost is the least mysterious part of the ghostly video, but here we are. Crime and contortionism. I'm typically loath to praise criminals for much of anything, but this guy is just plain impressive.
What the hell?
Prison cameras captured a man who managed to wriggle his way through the food slot of his cell door. A feat that should be physically impossible.
No way.
This video begins with the prisoner's epic escape halfway through, so we sadly didn't get to see how he fit his head and shoulders through the slot. All we know is that he did, likely thanks to a ton of grease. You almost don't even notice he's completely naked because you're too in awe of what he's just pulled off. After a quick gathering of his clothes, the prisoner makes his way down the hall to what he likely assumed was freedom, but probably wound up being a couple of guards uninterested in anything except marching this man back to his cell.
I know, where would you
Some
go
people
once
are
you
simply
escape your
too
cell?
professional to be
It's
impressed
like there's other
by
gates you have to go
anything.
through and stuff.
The creepiest Ronald Reagan. Be prepared to never think about Ronald Reagan the same way again. Not after watching security footage of a man wearing nothing but a Reagan mask and a sock placed over his most private of regions. Reality TV actress
people are
Danielle
creeps,
Yancey of Jersey Belle posted security footage from her home showing
home?
the naked masked man creeping around her backyard on New Year's Eve of 2015. The man is seen crouching down, peering through windows, and after a short while, darting away from the premises. Since no actual harm was done, Yancey
not your
took it in
house.
stride, tweeting, "Interesting night in. Way to ring in the new year. Love having security cameras. Thank you, naked boy." It's the kind of zany incident that lends itself to all kinds of jokes. What can you come up with?
No,
I'll
well,
start
mine's
with
looking for your
win one
one.
for the stripper. Reaganomics After Dark. Please welcome to the stage the Red Hot Reagan Peppers. Can you top these one-liners? Let us know in the comment section below. The
I don't even know
vape
who Reagan
fail.
is.
If you're sick of everyone vaping these days, well, here's a
Oh,
video
Vape
for you. A
Nation!
group of guys are hanging outside a building when all of a sudden, sparks start shooting
the
out of one
fuck?
man's pocket. It's not just a few sparks either, as it truly looks like a firework display has gone off in this
Mine's
man's
not going
pants.
off in your fist.
As the man jumps around in panic, you can see him frantically fiddling inside his pocket. Finally, he grabs his e-cigarette, which had malfunctioned and exploded somehow, and throws it to the ground. Shortly thereafter, the e-cig stops sparking. The man's friends check to see if he's hurt, and then they all go inside,
Well, fuck.
leaving the now useless
Fuck,
vape
smoking
machine
e-cigarettes
on the
then.
ground.
Okay,
How could such a thing happen, you wonder? Most likely, the explosion occurred as a result of overheated batteries. Perhaps the man kept his vape on too long, or perhaps the vape was faulty and lent itself to battery destruction.
Holy fuck.
Thankfully, no one was harmed, unless you count this man's pants. A premature elevator. Here's a story that could have easily turned
Holy.
fatal, but thankfully went
No,
no further
that's
than a
fucking scary as
jaw-dropping
fuck. Might
close
have you got
call.
caught there.
In
Body
China,
would have went
a man
half out.
enters an elevator, as millions do every day. This elevator,
so
however,
fucking lucky.
was malfunctioning somehow,
Mine's not
and
looking
it started
caught.
rising
Holy
mere seconds
no.
after opening its doors.
I can't watch
Problem
that.
is, the man was only halfway into the elevator when it started to ascend.
Reminds me he stayed halfway.
Meaning
He had
his
about
lower torso was on course to get crushed between the elevator and the building.
holy fuck.
The man survived unharmed,
He is one jammy
albeit
cunt.
shaken up, and likely having gained a newfound love of stairs.
Have to take the stairs
A
now.
hungry
Yeah,
pizza
fuck out.
deliverer.
I'm never taking
Perhaps
that
the hardest part of
Even
delivering
wax that.
pizzas is how you're constantly surrounded by delicious food that you don't get to eat. Even still, most delivery
Who the
people don't
fuck
give in to
likes
the
pineapple
temptation
on
of
a pizza?
actually eating their customers' orders. But here's one totally gross exception. This 2018 surveillance footage captures a Domino's pizza delivery man on an elevator in Surrey, British Columbia, heading upwards
What the
towards his
fuck's he gonna
customer.
do to the pizza?
As soon as the elevator door closes, however, he reaches into his bag and slides out the pizza box. He then opens the box and begins eating the toppings. I'd love to say this man washed his hands beforehand, but odds are, the thought didn't even cross his mind.
Maybe
After chomping on a few pieces of topping, the elevator opens back up. The man closes the pizza, slides it back into the box, and heads off to deliver the food. You'll be happy to know the delivery man didn't get away with this. The hotel's concierge happened to be watching the footage and immediately ran to warn the customer of what happened. Domino's
Juliet,
was
cup
also
of
informed,
coffee.
and the delivery man was quickly fired. Hopefully, this
suppose you
impromptu
would want to eat your
snack
pizza with
was
his
worth
gravy
it.
hand.
The murdering cop.
The murdering cop?
Sadly, not all security camera footage is fun or
That
harmless.
doesn't even look real.
Here's a perfect example of something bizarre that isn't funny or light at all. Rather, it's
Oh,
downright
that
scary.
looks his eyes, man.
On April 18th, 2016, a woman named Missy Bevers was found beaten to death at a Texas church. Over 3 years later, her killer is still on the loose. The only possible suspect is in this video. And while nobody knows their identity for sure, everyone can see how eerie the footage is. This person, dressed as a police officer, is walking the halls of a church where they allegedly murdered Bevers. And they're doing so holding what was almost certainly the murder weapon. This person
We're
is
gonna see
seen
it?
wandering around the church, opening
I
doors
don't think I'll show
seemingly
you
in
around
search of
beating the
someone.
head off her.
Here's hoping that one day, this murderer will be brought to justice. This,
Let's see
despite
it.
how after 3 years,
Well,
this crystal clear
I may be
footage
like a
of the
weirdo when I
suspect
see it, but I
has
just
led
want to
to
see.
no solid leads whatsoever. The Elisa Lam mystery. Even without context, this security video is still pretty bizarre. A woman gets into an elevator and starts frantically pressing various buttons while huddling in an elevator corner. She then goes to the door and starts looking out in every direction in an almost panicked manner. At one point, she exits the elevator and starts gesturing with her curiously loose hands, perhaps talking to someone, or even nobody at all. After that, she walks off and the elevator finally closes, then opens, then closes again. The whole thing gets far creepier when the context that the woman in the video is Elisa Lam, a college student who was reported missing by her parents. Just days after police released this elevator footage,
I don't like that
the
shit.
last known video of Mrs. Lam, her body was found naked and bloated in a water tank at the same hotel where she had her final elevator ride.
Oh no.
To this day, nobody knows exactly what happened the day Elisa Lam exited both the elevator and this mortal coil. The official autopsy revealed no foul play, nor were there any significant traces of drug or alcohol in her system. Lam was bipolar, so some speculate she was having a terrible episode that resulted in her death.
Oh.
Elisa Lam has become something of a modern-day myth, and her mysterious death has been a creative boon for many.
Should make a
TV
film
shows
like
like
that,
Castle,
shite
American
yourself.
Horror Story, and How to Get Away with Murder have based episodes. And
Why the
even
fuck would they make
entire
movies out of that?
seasons on Lam's
That's
story.
freaky as fuck.
There have also been movies and even songs based on her and the endless speculation over exactly what happened. And it all began with perhaps the most bizarre security footage of all time. Thanks for watching this top trending video. If you enjoyed,
You
make
might
sure to
stand
leave
at
a
that
like
hotel.
and subscribe.
Oh, seeing that video, oh goodness. Oh. There you go, guys. Anyway, we've watched top 10 craziest things caught on camera, security camera and CCTV. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, we're here for a good time, not a long time. See you till next video. Bye.